And now, World Improv Network proudly presents Community Court.
When two parties cannot solve a dispute, Community Court is there to solve the problem.
All rise for the most Honorable Judge Kenneth Vicarro.
All right, everybody. No fooling around today, okay? Got some...
No funny business, y'all.
No jokes, no gimmicks, no hullabaloo, all right?
That was exactly what I was thinking, Judge. Too much hullabaloo in this courtroom.
And no laughing, Junior. And no crying either. I said don't cry. Coughing is permissible for the moment. All right. Today we have some environmental concerns. We have, on behalf of the Lumberjack Union of the Canadian American Brotherhood, we have Mr. Patrick Dempsey.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
No relation to the actor?
No, none, eh?
All right. Thank you for making time to be here today.
I wouldn't miss it for the world, Judge.
All right. And our defendant, who will be, well, gosh, I've never had a tree in my courtroom before, and I can't even. It just, for your name, it says that which can only be spoken by the wind spirit.
That's correct.
Well, we're going to get you a new microphone. It sounds like there's some difficulty picking up what you're saying. Cliff, could you maybe,
yeah, I'll be right back.
We'll get that fixed for you in just a moment. Do you mind if I call you Mr. Oak? Or Miss Oak? I can't even...
You can call me Mr. Oak.
All right, Mr. Oak?
That is who I am. I am an oak tree. 276 years old as of Valentine's Day.
Oh, well, happy belated birthday.
You tried to swing me down on Valentine's Day so you could make a chair for your wife.
Well, I didn't know it was your birthday, in my defense.
Yeah, and I wouldn't think that trees would follow the same Gregorian calendar that people do.
Our rings are designed around the sun, so our days are very similar in length. It took humans many, many years to figure that out, which we already knew for millennium.
All right. So, Mr. Dempsey, you have a complaint today that you want to bring to the court with Mr. Oak, very honorable Mr. Oak.
Yeah. So I'm a lumberjack by trade, as you I think can plainly see by my clothing, and Mr. Oak is part of a large conglomeration of trees that live in a region that we up north call a forest, eh? And those trees are resistant to me doing my job, which is knocking them over, and I don't think it's right. I think that Mr. Oak is not respecting my choice to be a lumberjack. He's making it very difficult. He's impinging his will on my lifestyle. And, I frankly, I think it's wrong, Mr. Oak. I think you need to, relax a little bit and, let me chop you down.
Well, I don't want to say you can't be a lumberjack.
Exactly.
We have lived in peace with all animals on Earth since its inception between the elements as well. Fire, destruction from glaciers as well as volcanoes and pyroclastic flows and the like. However, all
what was that? Pyroclastic flows?
Pyroclastic flows. Pyroclastic
flows.
That is a flow in which an erupted volcano moves magma and rock at a high rate of speed, as you humans would determine it, and destroys many trees. However,
humans do that? Humans make that happen?
No, they are starting to try to attempt to make volcanoes happen, but their effects on the Earth haven't gotten to that point
objection,
yet.
Objection.
All right.
I and all the other Canadian lumberjacks that I represent, we only use chainsaws or handsaws. There is no magma involved in any of our endeavors.
Have you tried it? I mean,
oh no, that's against the code. Eh?
There's a code,
the lumberjack code.
That is exactly the problem, Your Honor. It's that their union for knocking trees down is not being adhered to, and are using such devices.
Do you want some Alka-Seltzer or something? You sound like congested or like you got a upset stomach. Would some Alka-Seltzer help?
I've got tree mites. Oak mites are in my trunk right now, so it's making my speech a little slower.
Oh, so you're really you're a mighty oak.
Yes, you can say that.
How dare you make fun of his condition, sir? I know it's your job to cut down these gentle spirits that we call trees, but a little more sensitivity.
I apologize, Your Honor. I was just trying to lighten the mood.
Your Honor, if you were to have a pyroclastic flow, I would allow you to knock our brethren down because it is part of the circle of life. We give oxygen, you give us carbon destruction, which fertilizes trees later on. So, his chainsaws are against the union of life. He's not using correct instruments to penetrate me and my friends and family. Therefore, he has no right to file a complaint.
Well, so if I understand correctly, if we just stick to good old axes and handsaws, not the chainsaws, we should be okay? Is that my understanding, Mr. Oak?
If your axes are made out of wood handles and stone blades, which come from earth, then yes, that would be an exception to the union rule.
Well, not to be too nitpicky, but in a sense, everything comes from earth. Everything is distilled from some kind of raw material that we have mined or harvested from the atmosphere or the earth.
We're all made of stars,
So
Judge.
that's kind of a high bar you're setting there.
Well, the problem is his chainsaws run on gasoline, which come from petroleum. Petroleum is a breaking down byproduct of dinosaur bones.
Oh, but that comes from the earth.
Yes.
Yeah, that came from the earth.
But I spoke to my dinosaur ancestral spirit friends, and they said you have no right to pull their blood out of the earth to fill your chainsaw.
I'm afraid I can't admit that into court because that's hearsay.
Well,
unless you have a dinosaur spirit friend that can appear in court, we can't just take your word for it.
Well, if you would allow me to present into evidence a roll of peyote.
A roll of peyote, like a roll I'd put butter on, but it's made out of peyote.
Correct. If you now chew on this peyote, Your Honor,
I'm not gonna.
You can talk to my dinosaur spiritual friend.
I'm sure I could talk to a lot of different friends.
Well, then it would no longer be hearsay. It would be straight, evidentially factual.
Just for safety, Judge, I think I better take that roll of peyote out of the courtroom and for myself. You know, so no one here in the courtroom gets.
Bailiff Cliff, if you would be so kind, if you decide to consume that pail.
No, he's not allowed to. No, we're not allowed to. Say, put the other half in my room.
If you do and you see my dinosaur spiritual friend, can you have him testify on my behalf that we no longer have accepted the rights of the humans to use chainsaws?
Well, I think I've heard enough for today, and I'm afraid I don't have enough evidence from both sides to make a conclusion, so I'm going to sentence us to a peyote biscuit trip, and we'll get some more witness testimony and maybe achieve enlightenment.
That offends my delicate sensibilities, Judge.
That will be just fine with me, Your Honor. Wise decision.
If I don't have any choice.
Nope, it's law. You got to do it now. Okay, Junior, you too.
The verdict has been made and the court of law has spoken. Tune in next week for another fascinating episode of Community Court.
Listen to the Win podcast from the KZKO webpage or find their show streaming on YouTube. Stay tuned for Talking Points with Shabazz Davis.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with another exciting segment for Win on KZKO The Vibe.